Daydreaming of Home is track 9 in our 30-day music writing challenge, 30 Days Till Dawn. This is the longest track yet, the most mellow track yet, and it's a personal favorite. So, track 9 picks up where we had this moment where, okay, we've been picked up by this people who apparently live by water. There's this promise of like, we can take you to where we live, we can bring you to water, we can try to get you home. And so you hear that cart sound, reminder it was made with a honey jar, my wedding band, and some apple loops for the horse. And you can kind of hear that throughout this entire track. You'll actually hear it follow through with this entire track because this is to be representative of just writing and like this hope of like, oh wow, maybe this is going to get me home. And there's just this wandery, it's very like there's no percussion, it's just very mellow, very calm, very serene. It's the first time an actual synthesizer has made its way, like that's supposed to sound like a synthesizer, has made its way into these tracks. And I think it's very fitting. The synth I used was one I had kind of modified a bit and put together for a TikTok video I did where I covered the song Dire Dire Docks from Super Mario 64. So if you're familiar with Dire Dire Docks, it may have a little bit of those kind of vibes to it, and that's what I'm going for because that's my favorite song from almost one of my favorite songs from any. It's been like my top 3 favorite songs from all video game ever, video game lore ever. But I really wanted to incorporate that synth sound. It also has a very dreamy sound. So we're heading to the ocean. We're heading to water, supposedly, right? Don't really know if we're gonna make it there yet or not. TBD, I guess. But I wanted it to kind of have that feel, but very dreamy. So let's just flip over and let's go ahead and listen to this. Like I said, this track comes in at 3 minutes and 40-ish seconds. So it is the longest track thus far, but it's very mellow. And so if you want, you can just close your eyes and just daydream of home, daydream of what brings you joy. That was track 9, Daydreaming of Home. And I really just, I love how it takes you into this place of somber, mellow, happy thoughts, things to come, especially with in the midst of writing all this is kind of what are we in May now? Gosh, of like May of 2020, where all this COVID stuff is going on and all that. And I feel like in a way, a lot of us can relate to the story at hand here. At least I can, and at least spiritually, mentally, and all that. And so, just this song is just a composition. It has, like I said, that synth that I pulled from that TikTok cover I did of Dire Dire Docks. What else is in this song? There's a ukulele that's just kind of panned one way, and this is the first time acoustic guitar, or any guitar for that matter, has made its way into my work on this project as well. I've been holding out on guitar for I guess till later because there was other strings I wanted to prioritize. Guitar is historically my main instrument, and I wanted to push that as far back as possible because I wanted to challenge myself to use something outside of my comfort zone. And that's more mandolin. That's why I've been incorporating a lot of that. Um, and just recently, I guess in the last 6 months or so, I've really pushed into ukulele. So that was cool to bring the guitar back in. And it needed that textury, kind of dreamy tone. If you notice, if you're listening with headphones, there's a bit of a reverb for the guitar in one ear and like kind of a main in the other. And then it's switched for the ukulele. It's main in one ear and kind of a reverb in the other, just to kind of give it that dreamy feel. And then you just have that very mid-range 400 to 800 hertz range, or I guess maybe up to about 1,000 hertz range synth kind of pulling in just with that real simple line with a bass that kind of comes in and fades out pretty unnoticed, just to kind of fill in that bottom end a little bit to support that dreamy state. Because bass can be used to make a very, or low end can be used to make that very blissful, dreamy state if done properly. And I think it was in this. And so with that, that's really all there was to this track. But I wanted to make it longer. I almost made this track really short, but I wanted it to just be like you're getting almost like time stops existing for just a moment, remembering, oh man, like there's so much out there just ready to be taken, and like the excitement, like the adrenaline kind of faded off from the last track. The idea of being found, like the wonder of like what these people are telling you, now you're just sitting with your thoughts, and that's what I really wanted to embody with this one. So with that being said, track 10 is next. We're a third of the way through this. That's crazy. So tune back in tomorrow for track 10 if you haven't done so far. Subscribe to this channel, and yeah, drop some comments down there. Let me know what you think, and find me on other social. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.